Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my Sephora sale purchases and how I feel about them a little bit more in depth. If you follow me on TikTok, you know that I did a get ready with me with some of my Sephora sale purchases. However, one, like I said, I'm going to be talking about how I feel about them in depth, and then two, I did go back today. So today, as when I'm recording this, is the 14th and this Sephora sale is over. So whenever you're watching this is going to be after that. But I know for me personally, I had been wanting to get some new makeup anyways, so the Sephora sale happening just so happened to come at a right time. And then we'll kind of talk about like pricing and everything too, because there's always a good time to buy makeup in my mind. I love makeup, right? And especially with me getting older, I feel like I'm doing my makeup a lot differently than I would before, and I am talking skincare. And I'm also going to talk about what I maybe wish I would have gotten, and let's be real, I'm going to go back and get these items, but I just didn't get them while the sale was going on. So let's talk about these products. First things first, I did get the Shani Darden Retinol. I have known about Shani Darden forever. I think Makeup Shayla is how I found out about her and started following her. And like I said, a lot of these products are things that I had been wanting to try. I had been looking for a retinol to get into because the only other time I've tried to use retinol on my skin, I felt like I don't know if it was the retinol or if it was me using it wrong or what, but I personally felt like it was making my skin worse. However, I am 33 now. I know I need a retinol in my, why am I blanking? In my routine. So I got this one. It says to start using it 1 to 2 times a week, and so far I've used it twice. So I used it the night that I got it, which was last Monday, and then I used it last night as well. So far so good. I do have a couple spots on my face that I think came from a facial that I got on my birthday, neither here nor there. And I exfoliate regularly, so when you exfoliate, all of those things are coming to the surface. Next, I'm going to talk about the Makeup Forever Super Boost Perfecting, I'm so sorry. Perfecting Moisture Boosting Skin Tint. So I use a skin tint on the day-to-day, and it's so funny because I used to be a full coverage foundation girly, and I still like full coverage foundation, right? I think my favorite is the Double Wear is what I'm used to wearing, and then I think the MAC is always going to be tried and true. However, I have been really into skin tints lately. Again, just the older I get. If I wear makeup on the day-to-day, it's either nothing or I'm wearing a skin tint. And the skin tints that I'm used to, the one that I have been using, actually, let's get here, has been the Anastasia Beverly Hills, this like stick one. And I really do like it. It makes my skin look amazing. I do have this on right now. I got it in the shade 9. I really like the shade, and I do like this, but I will say this, it is super light. This is going to be really good for summertime coming up. I can already tell. When I applied it with a brush, it wasn't my jam. I felt like it was just sitting on top of my skin and not like really going in. And then when I did it with my fingers / a beauty blender, I really do like it. I applied it today with a beauty blender, but the beauty blender is going to soak up a lot of it. So fingers is also a good option. That's another thing I find funny. I used to be like, applying makeup with your fingers? Absolutely not. Now I will go in with my fingers. I will say my only, and I don't even want to say gripe about this, is the bottle. When I'm like squeezing it out, sometimes it's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but not a big pain in the ass to where I don't like it. I can absolutely see myself using this when I go on any vacations, especially when it's hot outside. I wore it out yesterday, and I was like drinking on patio with a friend, and we ended up bar hopping a few times and being on a couple other patios, and it was warm and very sunny yesterday in St. Louis. So I really do like this. I think if you're in the market for a skin tint and you're not looking for anything that is super coverage, you should get it. Again, I cannot stress that it is not going to give you any type of coverage for real. It's just going to enhance the skin that you already have. Next thing that I got is the Danessa Myricks Lift and Flex Yummy Skin Concealer for eyes and face. Now, I do like this concealer. my only two things, and one of these things is my fault. I was so in between in the store on whether or not to get 11 or 12, and I ended up getting 12. I'm serious. I put it on my hand so many times, and Megan was like, how many times are you going to put those same two on? Like, how many times? I really, really, really could not tell. And if I'm being honest, I don't think that there was a wrong decision for me, but this is maybe a little bit too yellow for me. However, in the summertime, once I get a little bit darker, get my summertime color going on, I think it'll be good. I could do the 11 or the 12. My other gripe is the applicator. It's very small. I'm used to like thicker applicators. My other concealers that I use the Huda Beauty, I use Fenty, I use Too Faced, but again, those are bigger applicators. That is honestly my only thing. And again, this is very light. All of these products that I got are going to be very good for summer. It is very light, and I can see where the perfecting is. I applied this with a brush. Did not love this with a brush. Listen, I don't think I'm a complexion products brush girly. I will say that. When it comes to me, I think what I like best for me, okay, is oh my God, why am I blanking? A beauty blender for my face and my concealer, and then I can use blushes everywhere else. However, I like this. I will definitely buy this again. I was in between this and the, what is that one? The Hourglass Vanish, and they didn't have my shade of the Hourglass Vanish in the store that day, so that's why I ended up getting this one, and I'm really happy with it. Okay, my battery died, so I actually don't know where we cut off, but the Yummy Skin by Danessa Myricks, really, really good. Now, the next thing I got from Danessa Myricks, which I went back and got today, is the Yummy Skin in the shade Universal. So this is not Universal Radiant. My skin type is very, very combination. And with that combination, I will say with this, I did notice that my oils were coming through probably a good 2 hours after. Now, I will also tell you this, I forgot to say in the beginning, I have everything, almost everything except for one of the blushes on my face right now. So I am wearing the Skin Boost tint, and I did use this for my base. So the Universal Yummy Skin tint, I will say this, I don't know if you can see with the lights, it's colorless, right? I really love this, and I love these two together. I can see a big difference. I was low-key looking oil slickish when I was priming with this, the e.l.f. What is this? Power Grip. When I was priming with this and using the Skin Boost. So, but with this, oh my God. And I actually put it all over my face. I will say, I don't know if I will put this all over my face tomorrow. However, this is something that I will never, ever, ever, ever be without ever again. Believe the hype. Please believe the hype. I am shocked. I have had this face on for, it's 10/24 right now. I've had it on since 5:30. I have not like blotted. I have not looked at my face once and been like, ooh, I'm definitely glowing. You know what I mean? Even Megan, I asked her like, what do you think of my face? And she was like, it really looks like it's just like you're like a clean slate, right? And I'm telling you, I cannot say enough good things about this. And I know that she has the Yummy Skin tint, and I'm really wondering how this base looks with those skin tints. I'm such a fan. I do also have the serum skin tint, and I actually wonder how this will look. However, this is very, very summery on me, so I don't know if it's quite time for that yet, because I bought this in the dead of summer when it matched me a little bit better. Next thing I got is the Makeup by Mario, what is this? The Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick. That's a lot of S's. I got the shade Dark. like I said in my TikTok video, I feel like I'm probably the last person on earth to try this out. I know when they first came out, everybody was raving about them. And again, I have it on right now. I love this. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really contour anymore. I'm more of just like a bronze girly, or like put it just like, you know, dust some liquid bronzer on. And I usually use the Morphe Sun Drops every day, and I still love those, right? I love them a lot. But this, and it made me love contouring again. And I'm not doing any sharp contour, but this really, really did make me like, oh wow, we're back to being a little bit of a contour girly. Now, I do not have one of these blushes on, but we'll start with the one that I do have on. This is the Sai. Is it Sai or Say? I really don't know, and I hate that I'm mispronouncing it. But it's the Super Suede Radiant Blush Powder in Grazi. And then I also got Amore. Okay, so Amore is this like really bright, are you going to be able to see this? Bright shade pink. Let's see if this is coming on the camera. You know what I'll do? I'll put it. Okay, I tried to put it on my hand. You kind of can't see. I did turn off one of my lights. But this is, here, you can kind of see here. This is like hot, hot pink. Amore is hot, hot pink. And I think I had been swatching so many of them in the store that I don't think that I thought I got this one at first. Nevertheless, when I put it on my cheeks, I was like, oh my God, this is really, really pretty. And I got a lot of freaking compliments. I got a lot of compliments when I wore this. And I really like this formula of blush. It reminds me of the MAC Mineral blushes. It's just, it's so good. It's so good, especially against my skin tone. Personally, I'm a big fan. Okay, and then the last two things I got were on the whim purchases. These are the Sephora Cream Lip Stains. Now, I'm not sure what these shades are, because just a little feedback for Sephora, them not being on the actual bottle, they were on the wrappers, and I've already unwrapped them. Them not being on the actual bottles is kind of inconvenient, but I'm really, really, really wanting to dabble in nude lips again. I've been looking at so many makeup videos where nude lips are on, and I'm like, oh my God, that is so, 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 so pretty. When I say I put a nude lip on today and I could not get it off of my mouth quick enough. I like what I like. Okay, I'm a brown lip liner girly with a pinky nude in the middle. Sue me. It works if you work it. And I will say, I'm not going to give up on this one yet, because I put it on with a cooler toned brown lip liner. I think I need to try a warmer toned brown lip liner. Yes, they are different. All of my brown lip liner girlies can contest, but this is the nude lip stain. When I tried it on my hand, it was cute. She was cute. But when I put it on my mouth, again, it might have been the lip liner it was with. I will retry it again. Or maybe with something like a brown nudish lip liner. Listen, again, my lip liner girlies, if you know, you know. And then I got a nude pink shade, because I'm a creature of habit. Okay, so this is the nude one. This is the more, you know, nude pinky one. Again, when I put this nude one on my hand in the store, it was giving that it would be a good lip color. When I put it on my mouth, it was giving corpse. It was gray. It was gray. Again, I'm not going to give up on it just yet, but girl, it was not good. I'm excited to try this one, because I do want to try it on like the outer rim of my lips. I have a natural lip line, and it's so funny because I spent so many years hating it, and my mom was like, girl, people would pay to get that. And it's funny because people do pay to get their lips like shaded, lip lined. Everybody's doing those, you know, lip stains around the corner to get natural lip lines. So that is everything that I bought from the Sephora sale. I will say I have my receipts here. I spent $175.20 the first time, and then today I spent $97.11. However, the only thing about that $97.11 is Megan did get herself something, a skincare product, so not all of that is mine. I just like to be honest about that, because listen, this is not a necessity, right? It's just something that we like to have. And I love drugstore makeup just as much as the next person. One thing I will say for my girlies that are like, I really want to get into makeup and I want to buy nice makeup. If you want to get any of these products that I mentioned or anything else that you had your eye on, Sephora does do Afterpay in stores. So my Afterpay girlies, my girlies that are like, listen, I can make this work over 4 payments, go get you some. And listen, times are hard. I believe in getting myself little treats. I pay the bills. Do I have a shit ton of money left over? No, but a little treat makes me feel better. Okay, now let's talk about the items that I did want to get, but I didn't get this time around and I probably will get in the future. One of them was the Huda Beauty Blush Filter Soft Glow Liquid Blush. I really need to replace some of my liquid blushes just because some of them are really old. I was looking at the colors, I have them pulled up on my phone now. I was looking at the colors Peach Sorbet or Sunset Lychee. Both of those, the peachiness of them, I feel like they would have looked really good on my skin. Again, I probably will go back and get them. I do also love the packaging that they're in. Listen, I used to be a sucker for packaging. And packaging makes things better, cute, right? Marketing, appealing to the eye, touch, feel, get all of that. But I don't know, something about it was just like so cute to me. Another thing that I saw in my Sephora that I have been curious about how it smells all the time is the Fleur Heavy Cream Body Spray. I sprayed it and immediately I was like, yes. And Megan was with me and she was like, no. And I was like, no, or you're just not crazy about it. She was like, I'm just not crazy about it. Like I wear Ariana Grande Cloud in the vanilla, the one that looks, is it Cloud? Yeah, it's Cloud. The one that looks like a module and that is the white and the pink. I use the white one. And then I also use, oh, it's actually right. I have the roller bar. The Skylar Clean Beauty and Sunkissed Dahlia. I freaking love this. I have the big bottle and then I carry the roller ball around with me every day. And then for my like fancy perfume, I use Marc Jacobs Perfect or Perfect Intense. That's kind of like my wheelhouse. But then I sprayed the Fleur Vanilla Skin and she was like, that's the one. She was like, that is the one for you. So I didn't buy either one of those today, obviously, or with my last trip. But I did spray them on like testers and then write down which was which, and I keep smelling them because I really need to like smell them. I don't think you can go wrong with either one personally, but I see what the hype is with those. And then the last thing I was gonna get was the In Beauty Glaze Lip Oil. I did not get this because I didn't see it in my Sephora, and I was gonna get the shade Cookie. Again, I didn't see it in my Sephora, so I might just have to order it. But those are all of my Sephora sale purchases and how I feel about them. I will keep y'all updated on the retinol and how I feel about this because Shani Darden is not cheap. So one thing about it and two things for sure about me, if I don't see a difference, if I'm not seeing the payoff, I'm not gonna keep buying it, especially with products like that. So I will keep y'all updated. Thank you so much for watching this video. Comment down below if you've tried any of these products or if you have some that you think that I should try, I might like. Tell me what your favorites are and I will talk to y'all next time.